The Browns returned from their bye week today, held a practice, kind of a shorter day, as they will get into a normal week heading into Miami beginning on Wednesday. And Mary Kay, the good news, of course, Denzel Ward back on the practice field for the Browns, and they're going to need him this weekend because they are playing a passing attack that features Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, maybe the fastest passing attack in the league. They need all the speed and all the help they can get.
Yeah, you surely want your lockdown corner for a game like this. Denzel is certainly that for the Cleveland Browns. They need him back. Now, he's only so far been cleared to practice from the concussion protocol. He still needs to be fully cleared to get back on that field on Sunday, but that's what everyone here is hoping for.
Yeah, and Ashley, just again, you've watched the Dolphins a little bit. You need a guy like Denzel to pair with Greg Newsome.
Yeah, and we talked about already, like, just watching their last couple of games, including yesterday's win over the Bears for Miami. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill are just so fast in space, especially. So this is really going to be a huge test for this defense. Honestly, it's going to be a tough game if Denzel Ward comes back for it to be his first game back. But they definitely will need, I think, all the help they can get in that secondary and to see if some of those problems for earlier in the season are actually solved.
Good news on the other side of the ball. Wyatt Teller was back on the practice field. Of course, he has missed the last couple of games with that calf injury. It felt, Mary Kay, like this would be a game to target considering he didn't go on IR. But it was good to see him back on the field, and he talked today.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, he's really trying. He really wants to be out there. He hates the fact that he's had to miss some games and with that calf injury, and he knows how important this game is. I mean, once again, they're in a situation where they're playing another AFC team, and they need to win this game to keep their hopes going. So he really wants to try to get out there.
And we know, Ashley, the backbone of this team is the run game, and it starts with those guards, Wyatt Teller and Joel Bitonio.
Yeah, and it's kind of understandable why a guy like Wyatt Teller, who pulls as much as he does for this run game, why a calf strain can kind of take him out for a handful of games like it has. But, you know, he's kind of compared this injury to the one he suffered in 2020. He feels like he has a good handle on how to recover and rehab and do those things. He said this one feels a little bit better than that strain in 2020 as well. So I think all of that is good news for this Browns run game.
A few other notes. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah not on the practice field today. Of course, he's dealing with that knee injury. Jerome Ford designated to return. Chase Winovich designated to return. They both practiced today. We'll sort of await word on if the Browns are able to activate them this week. They have 21 days to do it, Mary Kay. But, Jerome Ford, kind of important when it comes to this kick return game.
Yeah, and you know what? They have been so inconsistent on special teams, and they really need to settle it down over there. So if Jerome can get back, and he said he feels great, if he can get back and help out on some of those kickoff returns and stabilize that spot, it will go a long way towards helping out.
And Chase Winovich, Ashley, that's a guy that just adds depth to the edge rushing position, and you can never have too many edge rushers.
Yeah, exactly. And I think without Chase Winovich for most of these games this year, some of the younger guys like Alex Wright, like Isaiah Thomas, have really gotten a chance to step up. But, a guy like Jadeveon Clowney, for example, has dealt with injuries. Obviously, Myles Garrett has been a little banged up. So he's definitely a guy that could spell somebody on the defensive line once he's back into form.
All right, Browns back at it. They face Miami on Sunday. We'll cover everything in the week leading up to that game, all at cleveland.com/Browns.